Hello and welcome to my speech, Mass Media. My name is Mira Hume and I am a junior in high school and also doing concurrent classes through ORU. Today I'm talking about mass media and what is wrong with it. My audience is Anna Pace. Mass media. What really is mass media? Mass media is anything that we get any of our news from. Things like the newspapers, magazines, TV shows, podcasts, news stations, and just the internet as a whole. We find out so many different things from mass media. We hear about all major events going on around the world, whether that relates to celebrities, politicians, political events, crime, and just individual stories. We can find out things that are going on in our local neighborhood and America and the world as a whole. What really is mass media? What do they stand for? Most of the mass media companies are funded by people like Mark Zuckerberg, Bill Gates, and Jeff Bezos. Whatever these people believe is what is conveyed through our media. They don't show both sides of a story anymore. They push their opinion because they have the money to produce these companies. And without these companies, we wouldn't be hearing anything at all. What do they stand for? What they stand for is whatever they want, because they are the money behind the companies. What are they feeding us? Exactly what they want us to know. No longer do we get to hear both sides of the story. No longer do we get to form our own opinions. No longer do we get to choose what we want to see on social media. No longer do we get to use social media as an escape to look at fun things, shopping. Every internet website that you go on, you are constantly seeing negative political events or things that they want you to believe. Hashtag fact checked. Who is doing the fact checking? Fact checkers are people that are employed by these social media companies. They do not have backgrounds in fact checking. They are just told to take down what does not fit the mold of the people producing these different social media websites. They are censoring our post, not really checking them to see if they are true or not, but deciding if it fits their narrative. What does fact checking look like? They want our posts to fit their mold, who they want as president, what we should wear, what we should say, and what religion we should practice or not practice. Quote, guess what? I'm officially suing the fact checkers who are really just activists. End quote. By Candace Owens. Candace Owens. Quote, we have begun pursuing 2 of Facebook's fact checkers, Lead Stories and USA Today, for wrongfully fact checking posts that I put up earlier this year. Both USA Today and Lead Stories silenced me whenever I posted a different opinion on COVID. In their minds, there is only one opinion, theirs. Candace Owens conveyed it perfectly there. We don't get to have our own opinion. Our opinion is formed by the people funding all different social media websites. Hashtag censored. Where is our freedom of speech going? Freedom of speech has been around since the beginning of the USA. Freedom of speech is our First Amendment right. No matter your opinion on the last or current president, not having freedom of speech is against our rights. No longer can a president post true opinions or true events that have taken place on social media because it will get taken down. People have had freedom of speech for a very long time now. Being able to peacefully protest, vote freely, and have differing opinions as others, while everything stayed calm and there was no violence. No longer can they do that. Why is God being taken out of America? Why is God so offensive? No longer can you say God bless on Facebook. No more God in mass media. And that is because God does not fit their narrative or their mold. I know someone personally who was posting on Facebook not about anything political or offensive, just saying God bless somebody. And that was taken down for hate speech. And that is because they don't want people to know God anymore, because everything they stand for is against God. Now I am moving on to the question and answer section, where I will have my audience ask me questions for 2 minutes, and I will respond to the best of my ability.
Okay, so how are we going to solve what is going on with mass media?
Well, I think that is going to be very difficult because all of the people funding the internet and all these high-tech media places have the money to be able to put out whatever narrative they want. But I do know that there are other media websites that you can pay a small fee to be on to see all different types of opinions being shared without it being taken down. I also think if those different websites as a whole get taken down because the people behind the apps and things don't have enough money or enough power to keep them up and running, people as groups should start getting off different social media platforms that are going against everything that they stand for. Since you can't post about, a lot of the time, you can't post about God or things like that have never been offensive ever until recently. So I think that no longer supporting these different media websites is going to be very beneficial with taking them down if they're not getting the funding that they need.
Okay, have you had a personal experience being fact-checked or having a situation that has come up through social media?
Yes. I am not big on Facebook, but I did know somebody personally who got their post taken down for saying God bless, which had nothing to do with anything controversial. But also on Instagram now, if you want to repost like a news story or a story about COVID, something that is seemed more controversial, um, they will put a screen over your post that says, "This has been proven wrong. Click here to see why," or things like that. Or they will attach websites to your post if they have keywords like a certain president or COVID or anything regarding any major events right now. They will put a censored thing over my post. They won't take it down, but they will make it more difficult for people to see and try to tell people why it is not true. Thank you for listening to my speech on mass media, and thank you to my audience for doing the question and answer section.